Have you always wanted to know why bodybuilders from the past had a significantly smaller chest than modern bodybuilders? Then you've come to the right place, because that's exactly what we're going to tell you in this video. So watch it until the end and learn all about the reasons why bodybuilders in the 21st century have a much better chest than athletes from the Bronze Era of bodybuilding sports. The Bronze Era of bodybuilding was roughly from the late 19th century through the 1930s and was marked by world-class athletes such as Bobby Pandore, Charles Atlas, Lionel Strongfort, George Hackenschmidt, and Eugene Sandow. And all of them had amazing arms, shoulders, legs, back and abs, and other muscle groups even by modern standards. But one muscle somehow wasn't on par with that: the pectoral muscles, which didn't evolve significantly in bodybuilders until the Silver Era. This was true even for Eugene Sandow, who at the time was one of the few bodybuilders who actually focused on aesthetics. Most of the others instead focused on their strength and wanted to become as strong as possible. But Eugene Sandow's goal was to recreate the aesthetics of ancient Greek and Roman statues. For this purpose, he even traveled to Greece and Italy several times during his life and actually studied these statues in order to get as close as possible to this ancient ideal through his training. And he managed to do that. Eugene Sandow certainly had an amazing physique at his best times, which looks similar to Greek and Roman statues. But if we look at these statues in detail, it is immediately noticeable that the people represented by them had proportionally also a rather flat chest, which did not stick out significantly more than the abdominal muscles. Eugene Sandow, by the way, organized the first bodybuilding competitions in the world and judged the athletes according to his ideal image of Greek and Roman statues. And that brings us to the point. Eugene Sandow was one of the most influential people in the bodybuilding world at the time. His ideal image was therefore also adopted by many other athletes who therefore did not strive for a massive chest. Another reason why the bodybuilders of that time didn't have a huge chest is also that the exercises that best developed the pectoral muscles were not widely available at the time. For example, the bench press, arguably the most popular exercise in bodybuilding and weight training today, didn't become truly popular until the 1940s. In the Bronze Era, dumbbells and barbells were used almost exclusively instead, with no benches, racks, or machines. And when push exercises were done, they were almost entirely overhead, such as the shoulder press, which grew the shoulders but only marginally the chest. Only push-ups and the floor press were included sometimes as a horizontal push exercise in the training plans back then. However, the effectiveness of these exercises for chest development is not even remotely comparable with dumbbell or barbell bench presses, which in the case of the floor press has to do with the reduced range of motion and therefore the low stretch effect, among other things. From the 1930s on, some bodybuilders then used boxes and other bench-like objects, but actual benches were then not widespread until the 1940s, and that had an immediate effect because the bodybuilders of the Silver Era already had much more massive pecs, and from the Gold Era, with athletes like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane, Lee Haney, Sergio Oliva, and Dorian Yates, the trend towards massive pecs only continued. And nowadays, with bodybuilders like Hadi Choopan, Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, Big Ramy, and Brandon Curry, an impressive chest is already considered standard. But of course, this also has to do with steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs. So now you know why modern bodybuilders have much more massive pecs than bodybuilders from the Bronze Era. Of course, we hope you found this video informative and wish you much progress with your training. That's it again for today. If you liked the video, share it with your friends.